George Scott had a line in Patton that I think is appropriate. God help me, I love it. I truly do.
On February 26, 2025, the entertainment world was stunned by the tragic and unexpected news of the deaths of Gene Hackman, the legendary actor, and his wife, Betsy Arakawa, a classical pianist. The couple, who had been married for over 3 decades, were found in their Santa Fe, New Mexico, home, along with their dog. The discovery was made by deputies from the Santa Fe County Sheriff's Office, who responded to a call to the couple's residence. The news quickly spread through various media outlets, with fans and colleagues expressing shock, grief, and admiration for 2 individuals who had made profound contributions to their respective fields. While early reports confirmed that no apparent signs of foul play were found at the scene, the exact cause of death remained unclear. The local authorities launched an investigation into their deaths, and an autopsy was underway at the time of the announcement. Despite speculation, the cause of their passing has yet to be conclusively determined. The fact that the couple had been living in relative seclusion, with Hackman well into his 90s, led some to speculate that their deaths could have been related to natural causes, particularly health complications resulting from old age or underlying medical conditions. Gene Hackman's death marked the end of an era in Hollywood. As one of the most iconic and respected actors of his generation, Hackman had built a remarkable career that spanned 6 decades. He was a 2-time Academy Award winner and a veteran of numerous critically acclaimed films. However, what made his death particularly heartbreaking was the fact that it came at the same time as the passing of his wife, Betsy Arakawa, who was a highly regarded classical pianist. While Arakawa's name might not have been as widely recognized as Hackman's, she too had a legacy shaped by dedication, artistry, and an unwavering commitment to her craft. Gene Hackman, a legendary career in Hollywood. Gene Hackman's career in the entertainment industry was nothing short of extraordinary. Born on January 30, 1930, in San Bernardino, California, Hackman grew up in a family that was far from wealthy. His father, Eugene Hackman Sr., was a pharmaceutical salesman, and his mother, Anna, was a homemaker. Despite facing financial hardship during his early years, Hackman developed a keen interest in the arts, especially acting. After serving in the U.S. Marine Corps at the age of 16, Hackman pursued his passion for acting, eventually attending the Pasadena Playhouse before moving to New York to study at the Actors Studio under the tutelage of Lee Strasberg. Hackman's early years in Hollywood were marked by small roles and a determination to make a name for himself. It wasn't until his breakthrough role as Buck Barrow in the 1967 film Bonnie and Clyde that Hackman began to gain widespread attention. This performance earned him his first Academy Award nomination and solidified his place in the film industry. However, it was his portrayal of Popeye Doyle, a gritty and morally complex detective in William Friedkin's The French Connection, 1971, that made him a household name. Hackman won his first Academy Award for Best Actor for this role, and the film became an iconic representation of the new Hollywood era, a period in which the traditional norms of filmmaking were being challenged by more experimental and daring approaches. Following The French Connection, Hackman's career continued to soar. His versatility as an actor allowed him to take on a wide range of roles, from villains to sympathetic characters, each portrayed with remarkable depth. He portrayed the charming yet villainous Lex Luthor in Richard Donner's Superman, 1978, and his performances in The Conversation, 1974, Unforgiven, 1992, and The Royal Tenenbaums, 2001, remain highlights of his career. Hackman's ability to bring humanity to even the most flawed and complex characters made him a beloved figure in Hollywood. and his legacy as one of the finest character actors of his generation is secure. Despite retiring from acting in 2004, Hackman's influence on the film industry remained profound. His commitment to his craft, his meticulous approach to character development, and his ability to evoke a wide range of emotions in his performances set a high standard for actors who followed in his footsteps. Hackman's legacy as a Hollywood icon will be remembered for generations, with his work continuing to inspire actors, filmmakers, and cinephiles alike. Betsy Arakawa, a classical pianist's quiet dedication to music. Betsy Arakawa, though not as publicly recognized as her husband, Gene Hackman, was an accomplished classical pianist whose contributions to the music world were both significant and understated. Born in 1960, Arakawa exhibited a natural talent for the piano from an early age. Her dedication to classical music was evident in her years of formal training and her tireless work to master the instrument. Arakawa's career was marked by her ability to convey profound emotional depth through her piano performances, making her a respected figure within the classical music community. While she chose not to seek fame or recognition on the same scale as her husband, Arakawa's artistry was widely appreciated by those who experienced her music. She was known for her graceful and sensitive interpretations of classical compositions, as well as her ability to evoke complex emotions through her playing. Her performances were marked by a deep understanding of the emotional landscape of the music, and she was particularly admired for her delicate touch and her commitment to preserving the integrity of classical music. Though she did not pursue a career in the public spotlight, Arakawa's support for her husband, both personally and professionally, played an essential role in Hackman's career. The couple's partnership was founded on mutual respect for one another's craft, and Arakawa's quiet strength was often described as a stabilizing force in Hackman's life. She supported him throughout his career, providing the emotional support that allowed him to focus on his acting. Her own artistic endeavors, while less visible, were no less impactful, and she will be remembered by those in the classical music community for her dedication to the art form. A Private Life, Gene Hackman, and Betsy Arakawa's seclusion in Santa Fe. One of the most striking aspects of Gene Hackman and Betsy Arakawa's life together was their desire for privacy. After Hackman retired from acting in 2004, the couple withdrew from the public eye and chose to live a peaceful, secluded life in Santa Fe, New Mexico. This decision was not surprising, given Hackman's long-standing preference for a private existence. Throughout his career, Hackman had been known for avoiding the spotlight, rarely giving interviews or discussing his personal life in public. His desire for solitude was especially apparent in his later years, when he and Arakawa built a quiet life away from the pressures of fame. In Santa Fe, the couple lived a life that was free from the paparazzi and the constant media attention that often comes with celebrity status. They were rarely seen in public, and their private lives were closely guarded. This decision allowed them to nurture their relationship and focus on their individual passions. Hackman and Arakawa shared a deep love for the arts, and their mutual respect for each other's craft was the foundation of their relationship. Their secluded lifestyle was not about isolation, but rather about creating a space where they could live authentically, away from the external pressures of the entertainment industry. Their home in Santa Fe was described as a peaceful retreat, a place where they could enjoy the simplicity and beauty of life without the intrusion of fame. Despite their relative seclusion, those who knew them spoke of their warmth and kindness. Hackman and Arakawa were known to maintain close relationships with a small group of friends and family, and their home was a sanctuary for those lucky enough to be invited into their world. Their choice to live in such privacy made their deaths even more poignant, as it highlighted the quiet, introspective nature of their lives together. The tragic circumstances, the investigation into their deaths. The deaths of Gene Hackman and Betsy Arakawa came as a shock to those who had followed their lives and careers. The circumstances surrounding their passing have sparked a great deal of speculation, particularly due to the unexpected nature of their deaths and the simultaneous passing of both individuals. Santa Fe County deputies were called to their home on February 26, 2025, where they discovered the bodies of the couple and their dog. No immediate signs of foul play were found at the scene, but the cause of death remains under investigation. At the time of their deaths, Hackman was 95 years old, and many have speculated that his advanced age may have contributed to his passing. Hackman had suffered a mild stroke in 2014, and while he made a full recovery, there were concerns about his health as he aged. Some have suggested that the deaths could have been the result of natural causes, possibly related to health complications stemming from old age or a shared medical condition. The presence of their dog at the scene has led to additional speculation regarding environmental factors. Some have wondered if carbon monoxide poisoning or another environmental hazard could have played a role in their deaths. However, no evidence has been found to support these theories, and the investigation continues. As of now, the official cause of their deaths has not been determined, and fans and the public continue to wait for answers. Legacy and the loss of two extraordinary lives. The deaths of Gene Hackman and Betsy Arakawa represent the loss of two highly influential figures in the worlds of cinema and classical music. Hackman's career as an actor has left an indelible mark on Hollywood, with his work continuing to be celebrated by fans and filmmakers alike. His contributions to the craft of acting, particularly in the realm of method acting, will continue to inspire future generations of actors. Betsy Arakawa, while less publicly recognized, made significant contributions to the world of classical music. Her artistry, dedication, and sensitivity to the nuances of the piano made her a beloved figure within the music community. While she did not seek fame, her legacy will live on in the performances and recordings she left behind, as well as in the memories of those who had the privilege of experiencing her music. Together, Hackman and Arakawa formed a partnership that was built on mutual respect and shared artistic passion. Their decision to live a life of seclusion in Santa Fe was a reflection of their desire for privacy and authenticity, and their tragic deaths mark the end of an era for both Hollywood and the classical music world. The legacy of their love, their careers, and their contributions to the arts will continue to resonate long after their passing. The private lives of Gene Hackman and Betsy Arakawa. Gene Hackman and Betsy Arakawa's decision to lead private lives away from the public eye was one of the defining aspects of their relationship. After Hackman's retirement from acting, the couple withdrew from the limelight, seeking peace and solitude in Santa Fe, New Mexico. This decision was consistent with Hackman's long-standing preference for privacy, a trait that had made him an enigma in Hollywood throughout his career. Although Hackman was widely known for his roles in iconic films like The French Connection and Superman, he was always selective about the public aspects of his life. Their retreat to Santa Fe was both a response to the pressures of fame and a reflection of their shared love for a quieter, more introspective lifestyle. The town of Santa Fe, known for its artistic community and stunning landscapes, provided an ideal setting for Hackman and Arakawa to live in peace. While they kept their personal life mostly out of the media spotlight, they did share a close bond with a small circle of family and friends. Those who were fortunate enough to visit their home described it as a sanctuary, where they could enjoy intellectual conversations and support each other's passions. Despite the apparent seclusion, Hackman and Arakawa's influence on their respective fields remained profound. Their private life allowed them to avoid the distractions of fame and focus on what truly mattered: their love for the arts and each other. Gene Hackman's impact on Hollywood, a retrospective of his career. Gene Hackman's career in Hollywood was marked by his extraordinary range and deep commitment to the craft of acting. Throughout his 6-decade-long career, Hackman became one of the most respected and versatile actors in the industry, known for his ability to portray both heroes and villains with equal authenticity. Hackman's most iconic roles include his portrayal of the corrupt and manipulative Lex Luthor in Superman, 1978, and his gritty, award-winning performance in The French Connection, 1971, which earned him an Academy Award for Best Actor. Born in 1930, Hackman's early life was far from glamorous. Raised in a modest household, he joined the Marine Corps at age 16, before pursuing acting after his service. His rise to stardom was gradual but undeniable, with Hackman earning critical acclaim for his work in the 1960s and 1970s. In particular, Bonnie and Clyde, 1967, marked his breakthrough, where his portrayal of the volatile Buck Barrow earned him his first Oscar nomination. Hackman was a master of playing complex, morally ambiguous characters, which made him a sought-after talent for directors in the new Hollywood era. His performance in Unforgiven, 1992, was another high point, showcasing his ability to take on mature, nuanced roles. Despite retiring in 2004, Hackman's influence continues to reverberate in Hollywood, where his legacy as one of the most talented actors of his generation remains intact. Betsy Arakawa's musical journey, a life of dedication and talent. While Gene Hackman's career in film made him a household name, Betsy Arakawa carved out her own legacy in the world of classical music. Born in 1960, Arakawa was a pianist whose artistry was shaped by years of intense training and practice. Her devotion to classical music was clear from a young age, and she pursued her studies rigorously to master the piano. Her talents as a performer were recognized within the classical music community, where she was known for her delicate touch, technical precision, and the emotional depth she conveyed through her performances. Unlike her husband, who thrived in the Hollywood spotlight, Arakawa chose a more reserved path. Her decision to focus on music without seeking widespread fame allowed her to cultivate a rich and fulfilling career behind the scenes. Although she was not widely known to the general public, Arakawa was highly respected among those in the classical music world. Her concerts were celebrated for their subtlety and for the way she brought new interpretations to traditional compositions. Arakawa's artistry was a natural extension of her quiet, introspective personality. She was able to immerse herself fully in the music, letting her fingers dance over the keys with an effortless grace that allowed her to connect deeply with her audience. While she did not actively seek the limelight, Arakawa's contributions to music remain significant, and her death marked the loss of a quiet yet extraordinary talent. Gene Hackman's retirement and his life after Hollywood. Gene Hackman's retirement from acting in 2004 marked the end of a prolific career that had spanned more than 50 years. After decades of playing intense, sometimes morally ambiguous characters, Hackman decided to step away from the industry that had made him a household name. His departure from Hollywood was a deliberate choice, and Hackman found solace in stepping out of the spotlight, choosing instead to focus on his personal life and interests. During his retirement, Hackman moved to Santa Fe, New Mexico, where he and his wife, Betsy Arakawa, settled into a quieter life. Santa Fe, with its artistic community and scenic landscapes, provided the perfect backdrop for Hackman to pursue other passions, such as writing. In fact, Hackman took up writing novels after retiring from acting, producing books like Payback at Morning Peak, 2009, and The Gentleman from Mexico, 2011, which garnered positive reviews. This move into literature was a testament to Hackman's creativity and desire to explore new forms of expression. Though he no longer sought fame or attention, Hackman's life after Hollywood remained rich with creativity. His decision to retire on his own terms allowed him to reclaim his privacy and focus on his personal passions. For Hackman, life outside the movie industry meant leading a fulfilling existence with his wife, who had supported him throughout his career. His quiet retirement may have been a choice, but it was one that allowed him to remain content in his later years. The enduring legacy of Gene Hackman and Betsy Arakawa. The deaths of Gene Hackman and Betsy Arakawa have left a profound impact on both the entertainment and classical music communities. Their legacies, though shaped by different industries, are deeply intertwined, as both individuals contributed significantly to their respective fields. Hackman's legacy in Hollywood as one of the most versatile and respected actors of his time remains untarnished. He redefined what it meant to be a character actor, bringing depth and authenticity to every role, whether as a hero or villain. Betsy Arakawa's legacy is more subtle, but no less important. As a classical pianist, Arakawa brought sensitivity and passion to the piano, winning admiration from those who had the privilege of hearing her play. Her artistry may not have been as widely recognized as Hackman's, but her contributions to the world of music were immense. Arakawa's legacy will endure in the recordings she left behind and in the memories of those who appreciated her music. Together, Hackman and Arakawa formed a partnership that was based on mutual respect for each other's work. They supported each other's careers and created a life that was defined not by fame, but by a shared love for the arts. Their deaths represent the end of an era, but their impact on the worlds of film and music will continue to inspire and influence generations to come. The investigation into Gene Hackman and Betsy Arakawa's deaths. The tragic deaths of Gene Hackman and Betsy Arakawa have prompted an ongoing investigation by local authorities in Santa Fe, New Mexico. On February 26, 2025, deputies from the Santa Fe County Sheriff's Office were called to the couple's home, where they discovered the bodies of Hackman, Arakawa, and their dog. Initial reports did not reveal any obvious signs of foul play, but an investigation was launched to determine the cause of their deaths. One aspect of the case that has raised questions is the couple's age and health. Hackman, who was 95 at the time of his passing, had a history of health issues, including a mild stroke in 2014. Arakawa, too, was not young, and some speculated that their deaths may have been linked to natural causes, potentially related to old age or underlying medical conditions. In addition to health concerns, there has been speculation regarding environmental factors, particularly with the presence of their dog at the scene. However, no evidence has been found to suggest carbon monoxide poisoning or other environmental hazards. The cause of death remains uncertain, with an autopsy underway to provide more